Greatest book series of all time for teenage girls. Duh, The Babysitter's Club. And if you ever had any doubt of that, all you have to do is watch the unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt to know that The Babysitter's Club is a guide for life. And imagine my joy and delight when I was walking through a used bookstore and found this book right on the shelf. Number 65, Stacey's Big Crush. There were several other Babysitter's Club books, but I had to buy this one because of the tagline. He's smart, he's handsome, he's 22. And then it became very obvious that my reactions as a 30-year-old to this book and storyline were very, very different from that of when I was 13 years old. So now I'm going to read a few choice sections and then you will see my 13-year-old reaction. This is so steamy. And my 30-year-old reaction. Stop it right now. It starts here in chapter 4. When I walked into math class the next day, Tom Cruise was in my room. Well, you can call me by my middle name, he said with that killer smile. Wes, it's much simpler. Oh my goodness, why can't I have a hot substitute teacher like Wes? He's 22. Stacey's so right, they're only 9 years apart. It's the perfect relationship. It's so dreamy, and they both love math. This really makes me wonder, do you think the bag boy at the grocery store is totally available? Do you think he's checking me out? Should a hot boy with no degree be teaching my child math? I mean, where's his supervisor? Also, should the kids be calling him Wes? Moving on to chapter 9, it's Wes and Stacey's 1-week anniversary. And yes, that means more filing. Wes was subtle. He waited till the end of class to pop the question. Well, not the question, but a question. Stacey, he said in his honey-coated voice as I was walking out of the room, would you mind lending me some of your organizational skills again for a while? I'm sure, I guess so, I said. The problem is, I guess I was supposed to fill out some of those papers and return them. Uh-oh. Yeah, Mr. Kingbridge stopped me today wanting to know where my W-4 form was. Don't worry, just tell me what to do and we'll finish in time. Teachers can ask students to stay after school and help them file papers? I didn't even know this was a thing. Now that I do, why don't I have a hot teacher? Wes is so mature, unlike these lame-o 7th graders I'm stuck in school with. Oh good, Stacey's doing more free work and this boy doesn't even know how to fill out a W-4. All you have to do is fill in the blanks. The car ride. Oh no, I said. We've been working for over 2 hours. I have to go to a meeting. Look, this is my fault, Wes said. Why don't you let me drive you? Oh, Stacey. This was a dream come true. I was going to ride to Claudia's house side by side with Wes Ellenberg in his car, alone. Then it happened. He touched me. It was only a brush on the hand, but it sent a shiver right through me until my toes tingled. His hand casually continued on the stick shift and he pulled it down. Did he really need to shift right then? I didn't think so. My heart raced. The touch was intentional. It had to be. This is the most romantic thing I've ever read. She gets to ride alone in his car. He touched her and he shifted and he drives like an amazing NASCAR driver. What is going on here? They walked by the secretary's office and then got in the car together? Get out of the car, Stacey! Get out of the car! Stacey does something teenage girls do. She writes him a love note and dots all the I's with hearts and gives it to him and actually says in words, I love you. And then she hears nothing from him until the school dance, at which point she asks him to dance and he says sure. This guy needs to go. Out of this school. Wes really cut loose and so did I. We jumped and whirled around the gym. The lights and decorations swept by in a bright colored haze. I could sense people staring at us. A lock of hair fell across Wes's forehead. I pulled out my ribbon and shook loose my hair. Wes was laughing. I was laughing. Can Wes come to my school? He's so dreamy. All right, this teacher has been the main part of the book for 10 chapters, and now he's finally going to let her down. It's just that, well, you're 13, Stace. That's far from a little kid, I know. But that's also far from 22. Farther than you think. Too far. We can be friends, can't we? My heart is broken. That's your letdown? You want to be friends? Are you for real? You're the teacher and that's the student. No, it just has to end. Thankfully, there's the wisdom of other 13-year-old girls and no moms or anybody else to give them advice. Do I still love this book? Yes, I do. Do I still recommend it for teen girls to read? Sure. But I think that maybe after they read it, they should have to watch this video where we explain all the questionable elements about 22-year-old boys and 13-year-old girls. It's not romantic, it's weird.